I'm Carl Taylor. Welcome to Carl Taylor Education Live. We are shooting pack shots. We're going to start off nice and simple with as minimal lighting equipment as possible. As usual, Emma will be available on the chat roll to feed through your questions to me. Right, let's talk through what I've set up here as a starting point. I've got my trusty block, my studio block. I have a white gloss acrylic type surface here. So this is going to simulate the back wall of your studio in a more smaller space. And I've set up a board over the top there to simulate a lower studio ceiling in white. Now, ordinarily, we'd want two lights on your background, shining onto your background. Now, the problem with that is obviously that's more lights, more expense. So I'm going to try and do the first pack shot with just one light. So we're going to use a standard studio light with a standard P70. All we've added on is the barn doors. We're not actually using the barn doors, it's just that the barn doors have a filter holder and we've popped a bit of Lee 216 diffusion material in that filter holder so that we can hopefully spread this light out enough for the back wall of the pack shot. You want to try and get your light as far away from your wall as possible so that you can spread the light. Now we'll start off with a simple cleaning product. And the reason I'm going to choose this, because this is a very pure white bottle. It's, it's literally blisteringly white tone. And this is where sometimes people struggle with pack shots, is white on white. So this is a great example. So I'm going to pop that down there. I've got a 100mm lens, which is equivalent to about 80mm on a 35mm camera. And we're going to start off with just the background light. Take a test shot. So there's the first thing that we see. We can see a silhouetted product, which is exactly what we want to see. So the first thing I'm going to do is just take some measurements and have a look at this to see clearly what's going on here. Now, if I move my mouse around here, you can see these numbers down here in the corner. Down here, that's reading 227 red, 226 green, 229 blue. And we know that 255 in each channel is pure white. If I move over to the background area, we can see clearly that we've obtained 255, no problem at all. But we don't know whether we're over 255 or just on 255. So it's always a good idea to find out where you are, because you're going to minimize flare by starting lower than 255 and then just coming up to it. So Ashley, if you would please take one stop off of that light. I'm going to do another test shot now, and we're going to take a quick look. And we can now see that the product got more silhouetted, and we can see now that our background is at 245, so it's slightly under pure white. That was one stop off, so now we'll go half a stop up in power. And we'll see the background has now got a little bit lighter. And yes, we are back at 255. Now, here's an important thing, okay? We have 255 on the background, and we had 255 on the first shot. But look at the difference if I flick between the two. There's the first shot, there's the second shot. Look how much flare or lighting has wrapped around the product to illuminate the product when we haven't actually even put any illumination on the product. So this illumination that's on this first shot would actually be no good for us. This is adding light when we don't actually want it. Right, okay, next light we're going to bring in is the main light on the subject. We're going to start with a softbox, and I recommend the biggest softbox you've got in your arsenal is the one to go for pack shots. It just makes them a lot easier. We'll take a test shot on power 5, so we've now got two lights set up at the moment. There we can see that's overexposed on the product. Let's drop that down to power 4, and we'll take another shot. And okay, so there we go. We've got a stop off of that product. Now looking at that product, first thing I see is it looks a little bit underexposed at the moment. So let's go up half a stop, please. So we're going up half a stop just on that one softbox. There we go. So we can see we've still got an edge, we've still got detail, but when I actually look at the product, it looks a tiny, tiny bit over. So we're going to consider taking 2/10 off, and I'm just going to look at it again here. And now it's about the right exposure. The downside of it is that this side of the product is still quite dark. So we have the option very simply of adding a reflector in on that side. This mirror is just going to bounce the light off there. Could simply put that on a board. There's the difference. So now look at the shot. So we have a lovely pack shot already that is lit beautifully just with one light on the product and a mirror. Now, the downside of the product at the moment is that the surface area is not pure white. If you think about it and you discuss it with your client, you could say, this is how I can supply your pack shots. So they have a baseline horizon, they have a reflection, and the object is grounded on a slightly off-white surface. Now, how can you get the surface whiter if you want to have it white? Well, there's two ways. You can do it in post-production, or you can apply a couple of small extra little tricks. The first trick is, the lower we go with the camera, the more the background will, the surface area will start to appear white. So we'll take the shot again. And this time you should see now that the base surface has become much cleaner and much whiter. The light on the base surface is coming from our background. So the only way we can now get the the base layer that the product is sitting on to be whiter is to either do it in post or to further illuminate the background.
We've got a question here from Tian asking, would you keep your baseline horizon confined to the lower third of the image?
Well, it kind of is at the moment. It's down to the lower third of the image. So if this is your product, your horizon line through this level is fine, or down here is fine. But if your horizon level's through here, then that just looks a bit weird. So that's really what you need to consider. Now we're going to allow Ashley to turn the power up on the background light. So we're going to take half a stop, first of all, just so you can see the difference on this next shot. So half a stop up on the background, take the shot. Now let's look at the white surface, this one, there. So all we're left with now is our product, the product's reflection, and white all around it, okay? So that's how simple it is. So what I wanted to show you here was just with the basic sort of kit, 2 studio lights, even 2 speed lights, we can do pack shots, okay? It's just about the control, knowing where to position the camera. The lower angle of the camera means the background surface will look whiter. Half a stop over the pure white that we had on the background takes the base level surface to white as well. Be careful with the white surfaces that you choose. If you can get pure white acrylic, solid one, not the semi-transparent one, then the brighter white it is, so therefore it's going to reflect more light as we go.
If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. To watch the full replay and thousands of other great tips, head to carltayloreducation.com.
Okay, thanks very much for tuning in. I'm Carl Taylor, this is Carl Taylor Education. Thanks for watching.